Metro Exodus is the third game in 4A Games' series based on the post-apocalyptic sci-fi novels by Russian author Dimitry Glukhovsky. While Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light offered claustrophobic linear FPS experiences in underground Moscow subway tunnels sprinkled with a healthy helping of horror, Metro Exodus changes up the formula by adding semi-open world gameplay interspersed with intense linear gameplay moments. The open world portions of Metro Exodus are spacious areas that offer up some interesting exploration, but they subtly hide the game's more linear story narrative. Most locations of interest in the open world are part of the main plot, while others are optional side quests. The story follows series protagonist Artyom, his wife, and members of the Order leaving the radioactive ruins of Moscow on a train in search of other survivors in the nuclear holocaust. The Aurora, a Soviet-era steam locomotive, becomes the hub from which Artyom's adventures will start. Over time, Artyom's actions will improve the living conditions on the train.
Come on,
While between major portions of the adventure, you can wander the train and listen to very well scripted and lengthy dialogue between the other characters who've joined you on your journey. Taking a page from the Half-Life franchise, Artyom is a silent protagonist.
And there was not a single transmission about any occupying force. There's so much regular...
We are approaching
You only
the
hear his
Yamantau
voice
bunker,
during the
final
loading
destination
screens
of our
when you
long journey.
begin a new chapter in the
Direct
game.
radio contact with the
Each semi-open world region has a day-night cycle which changes the dynamics of the map. During the day, you have a greater risk of being seen by bandits, while at night, mutant monsters are more active and there are mysterious anomalies like floating orbs of electricity like those seen in the previous games. Exploration in these open areas is greatly encouraged because of the game's crafting system. Artyom's backpack is a portable workbench where you can switch out components on your weapons, craft medkits, and other minor necessities. It is at full workbenches found on the Aurora and scattered around the semi-open world areas where Artyom can clean his weapons, improving their effectiveness, craft ammunition, repair his gas mask and craft filters, and even improve his gear. Keeping your guns clean is important. They get dirty over time, either by the environment or by you using them. The same resources used to clean them are also used to make medkits and gas mask filters. So sometimes you have to decide when or by how much you'll clean your gun so you can make more medkits. During your exploration, check everything for hidden resources. Loot every defeated enemy and dismantle the guns of every defeated enemy unless it's a specific gun you want to use. This will give you valuable resources and parts for your weapons like silencers, sniper scopes, stocks, barrels, and more. What sets the Metro franchise apart from other FPS games was its horror element. This is still here to some extent. The light-fearing spiders from Metro Last Light make a comeback. And one of the most common enemies you'll encounter are mutant humanoids, which are Metro Exodus's answer to Fallout's ghouls. Some will rush you, others will stay back and throw things at you, and like Fallout 4's ghouls, they will often climb out of hiding and attack you when you least expect it. Post-nuclear Russia can be beautiful at times, and at other times nightmarish. The graphics for the map design are phenomenal, especially if you have a halfway decent graphics card. You feel like you are wandering a land devastated by nuclear war. Metro Exodus on the PC is one of the few games that takes advantage of Nvidia's new real-time ray tracing and deep learning supersampling. Speaking of which, this game is best experienced on the PC, since the PS4 version has a myriad of issues, including controller input lag. This occurs only while controlling Artyom, but doesn't show up when you're in the game menus. The game has multiple endings, and which one you get depends on how you played the game. You can go in guns blazing in every encounter, or you can choose to be stealthy and non-lethal. The stealth in Metro Exodus works rather well. You have a stealth meter on the watch you use to check the time left on your gas mask filters. It lets you know whether you're visible or not, and you can extinguish most light sources, making it harder for enemies to find you. The stealth works. It isn't to the level of Metal Gear Solid or the Far Cry series, but it works, and it can be challenging depending on your situation. When you do have to open up a can of whoop ass, the gunplay is actually fairly decent. Getting off headshots with the AK-47 and the compressed air-powered Tygra, a BB gun on steroids, is easy if you have a good gaming mouse. Your guns can be equipped with a variety of attachments, like better grips to control recoil, better scopes and sights, and even laser targeting. Beware though, ammo is scarce, and crafting ammo takes considerable resources. You can craft Tygra ammo. You can craft Tygra ammo anywhere using your backpack workbench, but ammo for your other guns can only be made either on the Aurora or in safe houses. Overall, the game is not perfect. It does have its own technical problems on the PC side, but these are easily overcome. Its semi-open world areas can also feel rather empty sometimes. Despite this, it is still very good, and I highly recommend it if you are a fan of the previous Metro games. In an era where single-player experiences are under attack by greedy corporate game studios that believe microtransaction-heavy, multiplayer, bug-infested, live service games are what gamers actually want, games like Metro Exodus are more important than ever. Hey you! Do you like games? You obviously do because you just watched this video. Come on over to the Gamers Bay community on MeWe. That is a privacy-focused social media network that will never sell your information. Also, check out our store on eBay. The Gamers Bay store is your one-stop shop for almost all things retro gaming. Links are in the description below.